On 378, 379, you don't block the end, you block that safety. The tackle's blocking the end there.
Brent Duhan's first touchdown catch as a Texas Longhorn is one he will long remember. For Brent, it is an evening of special joy. For the fans, it is another thrilling play. For Texas, an evening of triumph. Another win in a long line of victories that makes Longhorn football so special. Longhorn football soared to new heights of glory in 1983, a year that saw the University of Texas celebrate its 100th birthday. The Longhorns celebrated their centennial in appropriate fashion with an undefeated regular season, a Southwest Conference championship, and a trip to the Cotton Bowl. 100 years of pride and achievement for the University of Texas. An unblemished, hard-fought regular season for the Longhorns. The celebration of 1983 will live forever in the hearts of the Texas faithful as a century of excellence, a season of perfection.
Happy birthday, University of Texas.
'Endless drills and constant repetition, the brilliant strategy and dazzling execution of Saturday triumphs start here under the watchful eye of head coach Fred Akers.
All right, right return. Right return.
Akers' achievements at Texas have been impressive for a school that thrives on excellence. Percentage-wise, he is the winningest coach in Southwest Conference history. Each year he has taken the Longhorns to a postseason bowl. In 6 years, he has sent 25 players to the professional ranks. 17 Longhorn players have achieved All-American status during Akers' tenure, including 1983 winners Doug Dawson, Jerry Gray, Mossy Cade, and Jeff Lighting.
89! Put!
Get up the field. All right, awful nice, awful nice.
This success has been achieved without sacrificing academic standards or turning the program into a win-at-all-cost, mindless football machine.
We play more players probably than most universities in this country. And we don't wait until the fourth quarter to put them in. We play them in the first quarter. We're questioned about this a great deal, but we think it's important to develop. You must play. And if you're going to play in a meaningless situation, your belief in yourself is not going to be as strong. And until you have that belief, you're not going to grow.
Akers has assembled an experienced and efficient coaching staff. They go about their work in a professional manner. They know that the Longhorn schedule demands superior performance in every facet of the game.
We play top teams from all over the country. We don't believe in a patsy schedule. We want to get toe-to-toe with the best in the country. And we go to a lot of exciting places when we travel. You know, players that come here in the next 4 years are going to go to New York, they're going to go to California, they're going to go possibly to Hawaii. But more than anything, we're going to face other top teams in the country.
Texas always gets, real tough opponents. The whole Southwest Conference is really tough, and then we always have OU on our schedule, which is probably the biggest game of the year, And Texas just plays the best.
All right, yeah! All right, good piece of work. Pretty good outfit.
A positive philosophy is the foundation of Akers' coaching style. A belief that players should be motivated rather than intimidated.
I think Coach Akers is a great motivator. He's real high on positive thinking. He stresses that a lot. He stresses a lot of mental aspect of the game as well as physical. He builds you up, but then he makes sure your head doesn't get too big.
You're running almost straight up the middle.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit over here.
Right.
Hit outside your guard over that part. Because they're coming in from the weak side. They're like, that's the guy that hit you.
Yeah.
Like all great coaches, Fred Akers is ultimately a teacher, and his players have found that his instruction is not confined to gridiron strategy.
I think probably Coach Akers is probably one of the best coaches around. He's not only a good coach, he's a good man. He teaches you just a lot, basically, besides football, just about life itself, things to help you get ahead.
We talk a great deal about personal accountability. And I think some students go to college to be taught. We like the kind that come to learn. And there's a big difference. If you expect someone to teach you, it's not very likely that you're going to get as much out of it. But if you expect to learn, you're going to get a great deal out of your college experience.
That learning experience must extend beyond the playing field. The University of Texas is one of the great academic institutions in America. Its scholastic standards and regulations apply to all students without exception. To help its athletes meet these standards and make the necessary progress toward their degrees, the university maintains full-time academic counselors, mandatory study hall for freshmen, and an extensive tutoring system.
If you're having a problem in a certain subject or something, they have several different tutors over different areas of what your major is. If you have any subject problem, they can sit down and talk with you as long as you need to about that subject and the problems that you're having.
All right, let's go now. We got 405. Let's get a double here now. Ready?
A different kind of tutoring takes place in the weight room.
Small, one more. Come on, Gene. Okay.
The strength program at Texas is one of the finest in the nation. It is a sophisticated regimen of muscle development and conditioning that goes beyond just building bulging biceps.
Strong, look strong, Kurt.
Not only does it make you bigger and stronger, it makes you more flexible. And the more flexible you are, the less likely you are to be injured. The healthiest team is going to be the team that wins. And in my opinion, the healthiest team is the one that has the best strength program. And we don't feel we have to take a backseat to anyone. In fact, we think we've got one of the premier strength programs and one of the premier strength staffs in this entire country.
What we're working on here now is speed, reaction, timing, explosiveness coming off the ball. Now I'll spot you coming back.
Strength coach Dana LeDuc develops individual training programs to suit the unique requirements of each position.
Set. Be explosive now. Tips. Good.
The strength program is a means of building confidence and preparedness. Fullback Terry Orr and his teammates know they will be strong from the opening coin toss to the final gun.
We go into a game expecting to play a whole game. We don't want to come and just play 1 quarter or 2 quarters. We want to play a whole game. We want to be as strong as we can at the end of the 4th quarter as we are at the end of the 1st quarter.
All right, defense, here's your chance. Let's pick one off.
A hard-nosed, aggressive defense was the trademark of the '83 squad. Texas led the nation in total defense at the end of the regular season, and it was easy to see why. Longhorn defenders attacked offenses with relentless determination, undaunted by fancy moves or trick plays.
Now, our defense is not the kind that is going to bend and not break, contain and give up grudgingly. Ours is an attacking defense. It's a forcing defense. It's an active defense. It's the kind of defense that calls on the techniques that it takes to play pro ball. It's an exciting defense. It's fun to play.
But it was no fun for the Tigers of Auburn. The high-flying offense of the nationally ranked Tigers never got off the ground, stopped cold by the tenacious Longhorn defenders in their debut performance of 1983. The Texas offense struck early, building a lead that Auburn would never challenge. The seeds of a perfect season had taken root as most of the nation watched the Longhorns record their first triumph of '83 in typical Texas fashion.
At Texas, it seems like there's always been a concept to play as a team and not as yourself. You are individuals, but it's a team sport, and therefore you have to come together as a team and play as a team to win.
A winning spirit permeates the entire Texas program, including the training table. Tom Pate, director of the athletic dining hall, puts on a spread that would make any mother proud. A varied menu means that there is something for every taste, and the food is always delicious, not just on special occasions. Like all the facilities at Texas, it is first class. And this is the key to Longhorn football. Excellence is not just a chance occurrence. It is something to be achieved on a continuing basis. It is this emphasis on achievement that attracts the superior athletes, like consensus All-American Doug Dawson.
The athletic tradition at the University of Texas and the excellence in each of their sports is second to none. And in football, I was looking forward to playing in the big games every year.
One of the biggest games of every year is the annual war with Oklahoma, an intense struggle that has become one of the classic rivalries of college football. More than 75,000 fans watch the Texas defense continue its dominant play, stopping the vaunted Sooner rushing attack for a loss time after time. A diving fingertip grab by Mike Luck inspired the Longhorn offense, and they exploded with a 21-point third quarter to seal the Sooners' fate. Texas had defeated its second nationally ranked foe, and people were beginning to sense something special about the '83 squad. The possibility of a championship team had the Texas fans in an uproar. During the week, the university returns to normal. Students pursue their individual programs as they count the days till the next game. Texas has all the advantages of a large university without sacrificing the friendliness associated with a small school atmosphere.
You're not just a number here. Everyone has a special quality. There are so many different people here. You can mix with 4 or 5 different groups of people and still be you and still have the uniqueness that makes you you, and that's why UT is fun. It's diversified. You don't have just one group of people.
A beautiful system of lakes and parks in the Austin area provides students with unlimited recreational opportunities, a chance to relax from the pressures and demands of academic life. A variety of social and cultural events throughout the year gives students a chance to experience everything that college life has to offer. But in autumn, everyone's social life focuses on a single event: Longhorn football.
There's so much spirit and enthusiasm that it's just overwhelming. It starts early in the morning and people are all excited and there's a lot of tension in the air.
You can hear the roar in the stadium from like a mile or so away, and you finally get there and you finally find your seats and it's packed.
You can hear the bells ringing, you can hear the cow hoots, you can hear the Cowboys for days, you can hear the UT fight song. Everyone's happy, everyone knows we're going to win.
Texas has such a winning tradition and everybody's, you know you're going to win, you're really excited and you're looking forward to it and you don't want it to be over.
For the Longhorn faithful, it's never over. Texas football is a lifelong love affair. There is a sense of history and tradition at Texas that transcends normal college football. The rituals, symbols, and mascots of Longhorn football are an important part of that experience. If any one quality characterized the 1983 squad, it was the ability to fight back, to come from behind, the will to reach down inside themselves for that special something that defines a champion. At Texas, that strength comes from the strong sense of tradition, that intense pride and desire that makes Longhorn football so unique.
Ours is a very rich tradition, and we call on it every ball game because I'll tell you now, you have to play for something other than yourself at times when your back is to the wall. And more times than not, those of us that have the rich traditions are the ones that succeed in those times.
Texas would face one of those times in the closing minutes of the SMU game. After 4 quarters of a bruising defensive duel, the Mustangs were attempting a 2-point conversion to take the lead. Pride, bragging rights, and an unbeaten record were on the line. The Texas defenders knew what they had to do. The defense had met the challenge. A national television audience had watched Texas defeat another nationally ranked power and one of its toughest foes in the Southwest Conference, forging yet another link in its chain of triumph. The final link would come a few weeks later at Texas A&M, and this time the entire nation would watch the Longhorn offense face its moment of truth. Held scoreless for nearly the entire first half, the Texas offense finally erupted with a vengeance. A stunned Aggie crowd stared in silent disbelief as the Horns exploded for 45 unanswered points in less than 15 minutes. A perfect regular season, a Southwest Conference championship, a number 2 ranking in the polls, and an invitation to play Georgia in the Cotton Bowl. What better gift for a centennial celebration? And what better way to attract the kind of athlete that has always made Texas the winning school that it is?
We want the type of individual that sees the excitement in shooting for the top, being recognized as one of the best around. Because, you know, we feel here at the University of Texas that every year we're going to have a chance. Now, whether we realize it or not, we're going to have a chance to be a national champion. We know that we're going to play in front of millions on television. We know that we're going to be in bowl games. And we want the type of person that has looked forward to that and has seen himself being in that situation all his life.
The tradition Texas has, and it's second to none in the United States, and you know that when you go there, you're not going to look forward to a 5-5 season. You're going to be a winner.
You really just cannot get the type of degree that you can get here and play the type of football that you can play here anywhere else in the country, and it's it's the ultimate scenario for the college athlete.
To don the burnt orange and white of Texas is to experience everything that college football has to offer. To play for Texas is to understand the true meaning of pride and excellence.